April of this year, war returned once again to Darfur, almost 4 years to the day after a peaceful protest movement dislodged Omar al-Bashir, the former president, now wanted by the International Criminal Court. Since that time, at least 5,000 people have been killed across Sudan, 12,000 injured. There are credible reports of rape and gang rape, some incidents taking place in public and some involving children as young as 12. The tragedy that I am describing is one that we've seen before. We literally could be having this conversation 20 years ago. Targeted ethnic violence, the burning of villages, mass murder and fleeing civilian, that was Darfur 2 decades ago. And now this nightmare is unfolding again. Why? We all know it's because those responsible for the crimes were never forced to answer for them.
Thank you so much. Good. The United States supports the International Criminal Court prosecutors' announcement that alleged war crimes and crimes against humanity committed in Darfur during the current fighting may be subject to ICC investigation, and that his office has commenced focused investigations on recent events. The reported atrocities in Darfur are an ominous reminder of the horrific events that led the United States to determine in 2004 that genocide had been committed in Darfur.
Ambassador of the United Kingdom.
And while the atrocities in Darfur are clearly being perpetrated by the Rapid Support Forces and allied militias, we should be clear that both sides, including the Sudanese armed forces, bear responsibility for plunging Sudan back into war. So we repeat our call to the Sudanese armed forces and the Rapid Support Forces to end this bloodshed and negotiate a permanent ceasefire in good faith, because it is Sudanese civilians who are bearing the brunt of this brutal conflict.
Karim, if I may start with you, and the idea is we'll hear from the panel first and then we'll open it.
There are two sides, at least, to this conflict. There's the RSF and the SAF. The history is well known. There are some states that are supporting them. I don't need to mention which states. And I think we need them to support humanity instead. And it is a choice. It is a choice at this moment. It's not either or. But the quest to support humanity is a very important one. And I think what we need is some common sense as well. The parties should realize that we have a mandate. But if anybody in the party, whether it's the head of the RSF or the head of the SAF or whether it's anybody down the chain of command, even at this late stage, whatever has happened, it's not too late to start cooperating with my office. It's not too late to start giving information. It's too late to those that are dead. It's too late to those that have suffered. But in terms of the quest or the aspiration to deliver on justice, I invite them.
So some kind of task force similar to what was created for Ukraine, I think.
After a few months dealing with this situation, I have come to 3 conclusions. One, the international community needs to speak with one voice and have a unique, coherent, unified position vis-à-vis this conflict. A variety of roadmaps and initiatives would not help.
Thank you.
Is a genocide happening in Darfur or not? I have said unequivocally in every single statement I've issued and in all the places that I've spoken that all risk factors that could point to the event of a genocide happening in Darfur, especially, and in the larger Sudan, are happening now.